Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to dive into a story that might just flip everything you think you know about the sun on its head. It really challenges a belief that so many of us have about our health, and it all starts with this one truly unbelievable medical case.
So, can it? Let's get right into this with the story of a 15-year-old boy who was battling lymphoblastic leukemia. It's a type of blood cancer. And what happened to him, honestly, it sounds almost impossible, but it points to this powerful and frankly overlooked truth about our relationship with the sun.
You see, the chemo he was getting, it just hammered his immune system. It left him totally vulnerable. And this really nasty fungal infection got a foothold in his lung. His condition got bad fast. So bad that doctors actually had to remove his entire left lung just to try and stop it. But even that wasn't enough. The infection started to spread to his one good lung.
So they called a family conference, and with the boy right there, awake and listening, the doctors they delivered the worst news imaginable. They told the family they tried everything. Every medical option was exhausted. They said the best thing to do was just to make him comfortable because he probably only had about 2 days left.
Can you imagine? They asked this 15-year-old kid what he wanted to do with the little time he had left. And his answer was so simple. He just said he wanted to be outside in the sun. So the hospital staff, they moved heaven and earth to make it happen. They wheeled his entire bed, with all the life support machines, everything, out onto a veranda.
And what happened next is it's mind-blowing. After the very first day, his white blood cell count, the thing they check for infection, it started to drop. He needed less and less oxygen. By day 5, he was completely off the ventilator. They did a CT scan and found the disease in his remaining lung was 60 to 70% gone. He went on to make a full recovery.
This just raises this massive question, right? His medications were exactly the same powerful drugs that hadn't been working before. The only thing that changed was sunlight. So what on earth is going on here? What are we all missing about the sun?
To figure that out, we have to look at the story we've all been told our entire lives, that the sun is for vitamin D. And this leads to this really common and, as we're about to see, totally misleading idea.
I mean, the logic seems pretty solid, doesn't it? If the main benefit you get from the sun is vitamin D, and you can just get that from a pill, then you're all set. But there was this really strange puzzle that popped up during the COVID-19 pandemic that just blew this whole idea wide open.
So, as hospitals all over the world started filling up, doctors and researchers, they started noticing a very clear, very consistent pattern among the sickest patients. And it all had to do with their vitamin D levels.
It was undeniable. I mean, it was black and white. Patients who were admitted to the hospital with high, healthy levels of vitamin D had much, much better outcomes. The ones who came in with low levels, they had a significantly higher risk of dying. The connection was just incredibly strong.
So the next step seems obvious, right? If high vitamin D is protecting people, let's just give it to the sick patients. But it didn't work. Study after study showed that giving people vitamin D supplements had almost no effect at all. And this was the big clue. It meant that high vitamin D wasn't the cause of better health, it was just a marker. It was a sign of those patients were getting something else from the sun that was really protecting them.
The answer isn't on our skin, where we make vitamin D. Nope, it's deep inside almost every single cell in our bodies, in these tiny little structures you probably learned about back in high school biology.
That's right, mitochondria. Just think of them as billions of tiny little engines. They're in your brain cells, your heart cells, your liver cells, they are everywhere. And their job is to take the food you eat and the air you breathe and turn it into the energy that powers literally everything you do.
And just like a car's engine, making all that power creates byproducts, right? In a car, you get heat and exhaust fumes. Well, in our cells, it's something called oxidative stress. You can think of this cellular heat or rust as a key driver of aging and pretty much all chronic diseases. So if these little cellular engines run too hot for too long, if that oxidative stress gets too high, things in our body start to break down. In your brain, it can lead to dementia. In your heart, cardiovascular disease. In your pancreas, diabetes. Keeping our mitochondria healthy is absolutely fundamental to our overall health.
A car engine has a radiator to stop it from overheating. Well, it turns out our mitochondria have their own built-in cooling system, and it's a special kind of melatonin. Now, this is separate from the melatonin that helps you sleep. It's made right inside the mitochondria to act as a super powerful antioxidant that cools things down and neutralizes all that damaging stress.
And this is where the real magic of sunlight happens. It's not the UV light that makes vitamin D, no. It's the long wavelength infrared light.
which makes up more than 40% of the sun's energy. This light can penetrate deep into our body's tissues, it can reach our mitochondria, and it triggers them to produce their own protective, cooling melatonin. This is the powerful mechanism that almost certainly protected those COVID patients and saved that 15-year-old boy.
Okay, so that is a mind-blowing revelation. But what does it actually mean for us in our daily lives? If we've been so wrong about the sun for so long, how do we start getting it right?
Now get this. This quote right here, this isn't just some dramatic statement somebody made up. It's the actual conclusion of a massive 20-year-long study that followed nearly 30,000 women in Sweden. And it found that the women who actively got out in the sun had a lower risk of death from all causes, and the size of that effect was on par with being a non-smoker. Wow.
So what's the magic number here? It's not complicated. It's 15. That's it. Research from University College London shows this amazing beneficial effect on our mitochondria kicks in after just 15 to 20 minutes of sun exposure. And what's fascinating is more isn't necessarily better. Once you flip that switch for the day, it's flipped.
So to make this a habit, it's super simple. Just try to get outside when the sun is a bit lower in the sky, either in the morning or late afternoon. That's when you get a better ratio of that good infrared light with less of the intense UV. And you don't need to sunbathe your face. Your arms and legs are a huge surface area. And remember, even on a totally overcast day, you are still getting way more of this light than you ever could sitting inside.
You know, for centuries, sailors got scurvy from a lack of vitamin C, until we finally realized that a single piece of fruit could prevent it. Today, with the average person spending 93% of their life indoors, you have to ask the question, are we suffering from a widespread deficiency not of a nutrient from food, but of a fundamental force of nature? The big takeaway here is that a simple, free, ancient habit, just 15 minutes in the sun, could be one of the most powerful things you ever do for your long-term health.